where, as I say on a weekly basis, we really have it rough here in Canada. And I don't think it's just limited to wrestling. Obviously, that's the industry that I'm in. That's the one that, I've seen this struggle firsthand. But in general, artists in Canada, anyone who knows that the big money is in the United States, we're restricted because, work visas are hard to acquire, the things that we need to justify. Have you seen maybe any of the material that I've put out in regards to this about Canada? Are you kind of up to speed, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I saw it on your Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I reached out to you, because obviously you're very well respected throughout the wrestling community. Your voice can go such a long way. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to have you on here, was to, talk about this with you, because obviously you rub shoulders with more people with more authority in wrestling than I do. I'm just a guy with, less than 300 Twitter followers, but, a lot of heart, a lot of guts, and I'm a somewhat good orator. So I've taken on this crusade. But we face a lot of difficulty here, since we can't go wrestle in the United States at a time where there's more jobs than ever. And it's so inconvenient to hire someone from Canada because there's so much more red tape, paperwork, money, which I've always said, for me, it's not a case of the money, because if I could just throw money at this problem, make it go away, I would gladly do it. But unfortunately, it's getting a company to back you. It's getting them to ask the government on your behalf. And then you have to justify that you're an exceptional performer, can do the job better than an American citizen. So you're not taking a job away from them. And this is why we don't see more Canadians on the independent scene and in big companies. And I think a bigger problem is that they're not even aware, because, like, for example, you had the chance to talk to TJ Wilson. We had the chance to talk to TJ also. I've known TJ for 10 years, one of the most supportive people of me in WWE. And even TJ said he wasn't even aware. And the fact that WWE's hiring process is based on, they look at extras at TV. From there, they send them to Florida. They do their week-long tryouts. And then from there, they decide, are they going to put them in NXT, what they're going to do with them. And I said, there's an injustice in the system there, because they only come to Canada maybe twice a year. There have been times where here in Montreal, we haven't even gotten a show in 2 years, TV tapings. They'll bring house shows every so often, but they don't try out extras. I used to wrestle in New England, in Massachusetts predominantly. And the guys there would tell me, oh yeah, I've been an extra 5-6 times this year alone. Like, I'm a guy who's had 4 WWE TV tryouts over the course of his 15-year career. They've had more tryouts in a calendar year than I get. They're getting way more looks. And it's not just me, because it's all Canadians here who can try to go into the United States and wrestle, but the border might stop them, and at worst might ban them for 5 years, if not longer. And then there's always that risk. And it's like, I've been turned away before. I've been searched. I've been everything short of cavity searched, as I say all the time in these interviews. And there's that risk. So a lot of times they don't realize that, even though we're all Americans, as I like to say, just because we're not part of the United States portion of North America doesn't mean that we're not Americans. But they don't realize that we don't have those opportunities. We would gladly drive the 7, 8, 9, 10 hours to all the big name indies to go there and perform. I've had offers from places like Texas and Florida and all these other feds that I have to turn down because I can't legally go because of how difficult it is to obtain a work visa. Furthermore, even the work visa process to get it, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 3-step process that has to go through several approvals. You need a lawyer for that. You have to put up the money, and they could refuse you with no money back guarantee on that either. So there's just so much risk involved in it. And I do believe that what needs to happen is that we need better scouting in Canada. We need people to look at Canada and say, they can't come here, we should watch them, because I firmly believe in my heart of hearts that we have future main eventers, champions, Hall of Famers even, but we're going unnoticed. In the States, it's kind of easy. There's more jobs than ever. And it's really just a case of putting in the work and, to a certain extent, just being good at one thing. I mean, I watch wrestling, I see guys and they are great on the microphone, but that's all they bring to the table. Or they're great acrobats and that's all they bring to the table. Or they're a great, physique. They're a body guy. And that's really it. And those guys are, making big money, more than me and Kyle and our executive producer will make in our entire life, probably in a calendar year. But we have guys here in Canada like myself where I say, I'm kind of well-rounded. I do a lot of things pretty good. And there are a lot of other great talents, I feel, that have the tools, but they don't look at us because, you know, we're not wrestling on those.
But I also think it's important